You can make the best YouTube videos, but if people aren't clicking on them, you're losing before you even started. And it's not just thumbnails, it's also titles, and the most important one is the actual idea of the video itself. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the magic trio, which is thumbnail, idea, and title, and I'm also going to be showing you the exact three-part strategy that I use to make sure that my videos get hundreds of thousands of views. And it doesn't matter if you have 100,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, or even 0, this works. So if you are ready to start actually getting clicks that lead to views, that lead to subscribers on your videos, keep watching. Let's do this. An important disclaimer in the description is an affiliate link, so if you sign up through that link, I'll get a little commission at no extra cost to you, and that just helps me support this channel and make better content. And now that's said and out of the way, here's the strategy. And I'm not going to go through each of these one by one, so we're not going to cover title, thumbnail, and idea, but we're going to look at them more as a whole, because that's the way you need to do it for YouTube. Because the title, thumbnail, and idea all complement each other to help compel the viewer to click on your video. However, the idea is a little bit more important, so I wouldn't actually split it evenly between the three. Idea is king. If your idea isn't something that interests anyone, you could have the best title and the best thumbnail, but no one's going to watch it. But if you flip it on the other hand, and your idea is really good, your thumbnail and title can be average, but still get a ton of views. So idea is king. And of course, it depends on your niche, and it varies from channel to channel. There's not a set rule that works every single time for everyone, but this is where the research comes in, and we're about to look into the first step of my strategy. This is where I actually use the tool 1 of 10, and you can find a link to that in the description. The first part is outlier detection. How do we find ideas that work and thumbnails and titles that work? Well, we go to channels and we look at their outlier videos. And what are outlier videos? Well, it's a video on a channel that has significantly more views than the average view count. And why do we look at these? Well, it's simple. If a channel has 10,000 subscribers and they get on average 2,000 views per video, but a specific video got 50,000 views, which is 25 times more than the channel average, there's a reason for that. And 99% of the time, it's because people wanted to watch that video. And that want to watch was created by the idea, the thumbnail, and the title. And so what we want to do is find all of these outliers and study them. Because that way we're only looking at the best performing content. If a video breaks your channel average, there was a reason why it happened. So let's take a look. So here I'm in 1 of 10. And as you can see, first of all, like the very first thing at the top I've got is outliers related to your channel, Alec Wilcock, which is my channel. And this is the homepage of 1 of 10. And so as you can see here, the things I most want to pay attention to are these multipliers right here. So as you can see, the outlier score indicates this video performed 2.7 times better than the channel's average of 2,000 views. And so if I take a look, I've got a bunch of video ideas recommended here, and they've all got different outlier numbers. And so obviously I'm going to be interested in the ones that have got the highest multiplier, but there's a reason that all of these ones broke out of the channel average. And so what I want to do is go ahead and study these, whether it's the actual idea of the video itself, whether I think it's the thumbnail, or it could be the title. And the pretty cool thing is once you have a look at a bunch of them in your niche, you start to see recurring patterns and recurring themes. So let's take a look at the second video right here, which has got a multiplier of 38.4. As you can see, it's got 115,000 views compared to its channel average of 3,000 views. And this channel's only got 12,000 subscribers. And so again, this is a small creator with 12,000 subscribers, and they got 115,000 views. And I'm willing to bet this video helped grow their channel massively. And so I might think to myself here, well, this video, how to create content for YouTube with AI tools only, is an interesting topic. So I might come up with a concept or think of an idea or make a tutorial where I'm focusing only on YouTube content and I'm using AI tools to make that content. I can also see a recurring theme on all of these thumbnails that the YouTube logo with text and AI on them seems to work. Like these 3 thumbnails are very, very similar. And you'll notice that if I scroll down, I can click show more. And so when I'm researching these, any ideas that I find and I think that I want to recreate, I just click on the save icon and then I can actually create a new folder. So let me just call one YouTube. For some reason, it's not loading here, but usually that loads and you get the idea. You can then create basically a folder, and as you can see up here, I've got bookmarks and I've got different bookmark folders for either different channels or different projects that I want to work on, or for each individual video. I could research tons of different videos just for one video to make sure that it's a banger. And now let's move on to the second part of my strategy, which is advanced filtering, because 1 of 10 actually has some really good tools that allows us to refine the content research. So we can leverage 1 of 10's advanced filtering to narrow down video searches based on specific criteria, such as view counts, engagement rates, upload dates, and content types. And this targeted approach allows you to focus on content that aligns closely with what you're aiming for and also your audience interests. And so if we go back to 1 of 10, if I go to the right here, we've got filters. And if I click on filters, as you can see, we've got this great filtering that I can do. And so earlier I was talking about the multiplier count, and the multiplier count is something that's pretty important because you want crazy videos that break out, right? You don't want something that's got twice the channel average. You want an idea or a topic or a thumbnail that is like 25 times the average or 30 times. And so what you can do here is you can actually play around with this multiplier feature. And as you can see, as soon as you go above 2, right, a multiplier of 2, it tells you that it might be too much. But try it, right? I try and bring this up to 10 and see what like the crazy outliers are. And then if you can't find anything, you bring it down. Same thing with views. Now views, what I try and do is make sure that it's like 3 times my channel average. So if on my channel, I'm getting about 30,000 views a video, I want to try and bring this up to 90,000, right? Because I want videos that are going to reach a bigger audience than just my subscribers or my usual audience. So we'll try that. And again, might be too much, but you want to start high and then bring these numbers down. Next thing I want to do is subscribers. Now subscribers, you can leave them quite low because again, a lot of these outliers are going to be videos that have got 100,000 views from channels that have got only 10,000 subscribers, but it's still a breakout video and it could still help you grow a lot. And then finally, video duration. This one's custom and tailored to you. If you make videos between 5 and 10 minutes, you want to keep it between 5 and 10. If you make videos that about an hour, keep it to an hour. So I am going to bring mine down to, let's say I'm going to do 25 minutes tops, right? And then we're going to do at least, I usually do at least 3 minutes minimum. And then on the right here, we've just got some preferences in terms of how you see it. You can either look at like the thumbnails only, or you've also got the details included, and then how many you want per column, and then what type of content you're making. So long form. Now I apply these changes, and as you can see, we've got some crazy outlier videos here. So this one's got 320,000 views compared to a 13K average. This one again, which is the one we saw on the homepage, 115,000 views compared to the 3K average. And so I can go through all of these and try and potentially find a topic that I think is amazing and apply it to my channel. And obviously I don't just recreate the exact same content, but I use the same format, the same type of thumbnail, the same kind of title, the same type of value within the video. I just make the same video and apply it to my niche. Like how to use AI tools to edit YouTube videos has been made hundreds of times before, but it's how you bring your own experience and your own value to it. You don't want to just rinse and repeat. It's your custom experience that actually creates subscribers that want to watch more of your own content. If it's just rinse and repeat, copy and pasted, people that won't subscribe and they won't want to watch. And so if I thought that this animated one, right, how to create animated videos with AI is very interesting, I could then look at similar thumbnails or similar topics. So I click on similar thumbnails, and as you can see, they're all like similar animated video thumbnails. Or if I wanted similar topics, I could also click on topics. And again, I'm going to get a bunch of similar topics. So I can see all of the top performing content for this topic in just a few seconds without having to search through a bunch of different channels. Now there is a different way to do it, right? Because I can search here and let's say I want to make AI video. I just search, I keep the same filters, and this is what I come across. And now we get topics that are very similar to the ones before because AI video is what my content is about. But let's say I go to YouTube, okay? And I'm just going to type in AI video at the top right here. What 1 of 10 also does for me is when I'm on a channel, so let's say we go to this guy, Tao Prompts, an AI art guide video channel. If I go to the videos section on his channel, as you can see for all of the videos, I've actually got the outlier multiplier. So some of his most recent content hasn't been breakout content for him, but I could actually filter it by, let's just say, only videos that have done at least twice the channel average. And I've got only videos that have done twice the channel average. So as you can see, a little bit glitchy there, but the reason I've got these numbers, and so if I do descending, so we start with the highest performing content from his channel, the reason I've got all of this is because I actually have the 1 out of 10 Chrome extension, which is a great bonus feature to have because sometimes you are just looking at a channel when you're doing research and you want to see what their top performing content is. So if you have competitors within your niche, instead of actually finding them on the 1 of 10 tool, you can just go straight to their channel and see only their top performing content. And I do want to mention that sometimes these outlier metrics are a little off. So as you can see here, we've got 15.3x and it's at 46,000 views, but here we've got 14.6, even though it's at 54,000 views. So I don't know if this is because it calculates the outlier based on the channel average at the time that video is posted, but it's still very accurate for me anyway. And so it's a great way to look at competitors. And this is the last thing I wanted to actually talk about. And the third part to the strategy is competitor tracking. Because once you've found an idea, right, and you make a really good video, how do you make sure you keep on doing it over and over again without having to go through all of the same research every single time? Well, the answer to that is what I just said, competitor tracking. With 1 of 10, you can track competitors, so you're only looking at outliers among a group of YouTube channels that you've selected. So let me go back to my screen. So if I'm back in 1 of 10, at the top here, you can see that we've got tracked channels. And now here, I've got a folder called competitors with 14 channels in it. And so if I click on this, I'm now looking at all of the content from my latest competitors, and I can see what their performance was compared to their channel average. So for example, this one here, TechSmith with cursor effects, is 4 times the channel average. And then we've got Jeff Su down here, has got a video which did 1.5 the channel average. And I do want to mention, the bigger the channel, so the more subscribers they have, the less high the multipliers are going to be most of the time, right? And the more subscribers a channel has, the more likely it is that their channel doesn't outperform their channel average. And so, for example, Jess Su here with 1 million subscribers, this one did 1.5, his channel average is 124,000. It's harder to get 30x's on your channel average when you're already a big creator. So you do want to take the size of a YouTube channel into account as well. So you don't want to just pick all of the 8.2s. Sometimes you might want to look at the 2x, right? Because when a big channel does a 2x or a 3x, if they usually get 100,000 views, when they get 200 or 300,000, that's big for a channel, right? But a 2x on a channel that usually gets 1,000 is only 2,000 or 3,000. But this is how you make your research super fast. Every time I think about making a video or I want to do more research, all I do is I just open up 1 of 10 and I see what my competitors have made lately, or maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and I see what the top performing content is. And so again, here I can go and filter, and let's say I only want videos that did a 3x, right, from my competitors. I just apply these changes and boom, now I've got only the 3x content, okay? And so I might be like, we've got some content about CapCut here that did really well because it's just been banned. That could be very interesting. But that was posted a month ago, so maybe it's too old because that was a very trending topic. I've got here a video from Greg Peace, Forget Notebook LLM, this AI creates podcasts, right? This might be an interesting topic because it's a little bit more evergreen. Then we've got this one, a 20x, right? And it's about 12 AI tools. And remember earlier we saw another video which was about 5 AI tools. So listicle videos about AI tools for me might be a top performer piece of content for my channel. But that's it. That's the 3-part strategy and the trio of things you need to focus on. So thumbnails, titles, and most importantly, the idea. And then finally, the 3-part strategy, outlier detection, advanced filtering, and competitor tracking. That's it. You do these things, you do it for just 1 day, and I promise you're going to find some really good video ideas for yourself. Because that's where the success for YouTube is. Better research and better video ideas. Don't spend weeks making content that people aren't going to watch. And you can find out if people are interested in this type of thing. Because all you have to do is search. You could literally search for the idea that you have and see if people are watching it and see how they've made sure that people do watch it, right? It makes such a big difference. I've been using this and trust me, it helps. And now I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. I would love to know in the comment section how you make sure that your videos get views. And with that being said, if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.